Hi, I'm Johnna.
And I'm Aaliyah, and welcome to Lit and
Lit and
Loud.
loud.
Woo! It's the gay
Woo!
one.
Happy Pride!
Happy Pride. Da-da-da-da-da.
How you doing, Diva?
I'm doing okay. Just one thing after another.
I always have to
Um,
ask. I
I
never
know,
want to
I know.
know.
This is like part of the gig. Life has really dragged me by the coochie hairs, but I am persevering as I do. I'm very excited to be entering the season of Pride. I am very excited for all of the books we're about to talk about. I was like late night doing all of my notes. So I was organizing myself because I have like
Mhm.
arcs and all sorts of stuff. And I was giddy because if there's anything that I love to read, it's gay shit. So
Yeah,
I'm excited.
this felt good too because I don't have a very intentional TBR very often, but
Right.
this I was like, I can make a plan. And I
You
did.
can. How are you?
I'm good. I had my busy weekend because my weekends are always busy. It's actually gorgeous out, so really no notes about that. I had a deal fall through this week, but it's okay because it was like a really bad home inspection.
Yeah. Like that was honestly the best thing that could have happened here.
Yeah,
Still,
that'd be really
yikes.
worst case.
What
You're
you reading?
I am only reading one thing and I'm not really going to talk about it because it's on my TBR. I had to dive in. I have not done a
Oh,
ton of reading since we have last spoken. It was a busy weekend. We recorded Friday. It's now Tuesday.
yeah.
So it is a book called Feast While You Can, and I will talk about that momentarily. But what are you
Period.
reading?
I definitely feel that jumping on the June reads just because like I have a lot of holds that are already here and ready to go. So I had to like
Mm-hmm.
make some decisions
Yeah.
yesterday when I was like, I need to start something for the week. So I feel you. I'm continuing my read Nowhere Girl by Carla Ciccone. I really like this. It's a memoir, so it's a little bit like not my jam to just like mindlessly do something, but I find it's really funny. I find the days that I have therapy that I really want to like dive into a book like this because it's about ADHD and like the epidemic basically of women in their late 20s and their early 30s getting diagnosed with ADHD. So it's like a memoir and also very sciency and it's really like feeding me in the trying to understand myself way, but I can only take so
Mm-hmm.
much of that. So I'm like, I can only be
Fair.
so introspective, like, and do the internal work so often. So I have been like slowly chipping away at that. It's been great because I was able to renew my loan, so I have even more time with it.
Isn't
And I,
that the best?
best feeling when they're like, "Would you like to renew?" and no one else is waiting. Don't mind if I do. And
I'll
I
renew it
waited an
10
extra day.
times.
Yeah, fuck. I'm using it. So yeah, I am slowly eating away at that and I love it. I do really like the book. It's not like it's a drag or something. It's just kind of like frame of mind, like have to be in the right space. And
Mm-hmm.
then I started an arc I received. It's called Misconnections by Aimie K. Runyan. I so far really enjoy this. I'm about, I want to say like 55% of the way through. I've absolutely ripped it. I started it last night. Um, and it's very Midnight Library in the sense that like there are these alternate lives that we're looking into. It's got a
Oh.
culinary base to it. So she's training to be I'm going to butcher this, but basically the person who decides if a restaurant gets a Michelin star.
Okay.
So she has a culinary background because of her connection with her father, who has passed, and she's kind of at this like crossroads in life. And she goes to the airport, and her midnight library is an airport, and it's this older Irish woman who is basically like, "Let me show you all of these alternate realities that you could have lived."
I love
First off,
that.
I love this woman who is just like so Irish and so lovely and like has like this soft place to land for this woman who's kind of going through this really like just kind of like this like deep self reflection period, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not crisis, which I feel like we read a lot. I'm saying we because we're one brain. I feel
Yeah.
like I read a lot of books about women in crisis or young women in crisis.
Right when
And
something's going wrong and they're at this
right.
massive crossroads and they're deciding and like,
Yes. And
yeah.
like, yeah, this is that. Like, she is in a little pickle with a past partner who is kind of determining her future, unfortunately, because of where she is. And she just kind of like cannot take it. So that's like the big, like, the turn in the
Mhm.
beginning that makes her go on this journey. But it's really, it's like light, but not like, it's still hitting the points
Meaningless.
it needs to hit.
Right.
Yes, exactly. It's still
It
hitting the
has
point, not
substance, but
meaningless.
it's still fun.
Exactly. So yeah, I really enjoy it. I'm almost done with it. It's a wonderful arc. I feel really lucky when I get an arc and I'm like, because I public opinion on books is a huge influence. I mean,
Mhm.
we read a lot of like popular books. I get influenced on book talk. I have creators that I follow that I'm like, I don't care what she's saying. I'm going to pick up that book because she picked it up. To have like an arc really land for me, it feels like, okay, get it, girl. So I
We're
am
getting
definitely,
somewhere.
we are getting somewhere. And I'm getting somewhere with my feedback ratio. So you bitches watch out.
We're
I'm about to be
unstoppable
all you
this month.
seriously. So yeah. What you watching?
I am watching a few things. I'll
Mm-hmm.
talk about two and then we can dive into Euphoria. I take your notes to mean you have not gotten it on Margo yet.
Oh, I finished Margo. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I have it in my phone. Sorry. I finished it last
No,
night.
you're fine. I am still watching ER. I like this show more every episode I watch. I think it is so good.
Mm,
It is the perfect background show that you can really tune into and enjoy these characters and see their problems, or you could watch like 4 reruns and understand what's happening. So I like all those things. I have
nice.
started watching The Boroughs with Gabe. This is a new Netflix
Mm,
show.
yeah.
It is produced by the Duffer Brothers that produce Stranger Things. It is like the opposite of Stranger Things, so it's about a retirement community with a paranormal aspect.
Love
We
it.
only watched one episode and then I really just had to take a nap because it was my day off. So I'm not very far in. I'm not gonna tell you it's groundbreaking or it hooked me or anything like that, but I'm definitely curious. So
Okay.
we will be persisting. I think the first whole season dropped on Netflix. We have a new season of 90 Day Fiance running. These people
Ooh.
are crazier than the last, as per usual. So I am watching that unfold. And I watched the second to last episode of Euphoria, which I know you watched too.
Yes, I did. Free me.
Clocking into jail.
Free me from this jail I put myself in.
Right? So I saw someone posted and it said it was like a screen grab and it said next week on the season finale of Euphoria, not the series finale. They cannot keep doing this. They
No
have to wrap it up
more.
next week. And this episode was so fucking long.
Yes, it was the preamble
It
to
was like an
everything
hour
that's
and a
about to
half.
explode.
So
Yeah.
let's kill everyone. A nuke could hit the town and I'd feel fine. Like, just let's wrap it up.
Yes, and it's interesting you say that. I saw a fan theory and I really wanted to get your thoughts on this. This fan theory, while I feel like, and you can resonate with this because I'm sure you felt it with Stranger Things, there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
fan theories and the ending, and there was so much sustenance
Yeah.
to that show. Same with Euphoria. But the problem with Euphoria is now they've created this whole timeline in one season that is just fucking nuts. But the theory is basically that Lexi is kind of the lone survivor of Euphoria. And they frame it as in
And
like
she's
people
writing
will
all
die.
this.
Yes. So people will die and people will like go on their path. Like I don't foresee like Cassie dying, but I foresee Cassie getting sucked into Alamo's everything and unable to leave,
Mm-hmm.
like that kind of like dying, people actually dying, of course. And
Right.
she uses the lives of everyone to kind of write something that we're watching basically. So she's
Oh.
writing the story that
You
we're
know
currently
what? That
watching.
does kind of like hit for me because there is such a strong emphasis on her writing this season,
Mm-hmm.
especially this episode, and her, and you just know, like, based on how the other season finales have happened, it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
end in some really weird way. And we've already
Yes.
done interpretive dance, so like, what's the next thing?
Yes. There's a
Because
lot
like,
of
is Rue gonna just
symbolism.
ascend into heaven? Like, what's gonna happen here?
Yeah, so there's a lot of talk right now because we got that whole Ali background too about, his
Yeah.
struggle with addiction and him becoming this mentor and losing all these mentees. He's a sponsor, rather, that's the language. And
Mm-hmm.
how like that scene opening with him and Rue and him talking about the choices that she can make in this and how she's worried about her mom getting sucked into this and everyone she loves, and so she ends up leaving in this whole thing. So the whole season, this is like something I had to really tap into because this is not my tea, but it's Exodus. It's the Moses freeing the slaves kind of thing. And they're kind of framing Rue as Moses with this tree burning and all this symbolism. And she's flipping through the Bible. And it's like she's going through this whole religious arc. And I understand what they're doing because they're trying to give one part of this sustenance. I think Cassie, Nate, Maddie
Right.
bullshit is like one thing, but Rue has always kind of been this separate part of the story and her
Mm-hmm.
character development in her life.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're continuing that with this plot line. It just is like, how do they button this up? Because she is so deep in shit. That cliffhanger at the end, like not really a
I'm
cliffhanger, but
sick.
like
I'm
sick.
so
I'm
sick
stressed.
of these people being put in the fucking worst situation someone could dream up.
Mm-hmm. And I
I,
have to watch it.
I'm
Okay.
I'm pulling up IMDb real quick because I want to see what kind of numbers these episodes are pulling, because they have to be like bad.
Yeah. There is that point too when Maddie is in the hot tub with Alamo and she is like, Rue's freaking out and talking about Nazis and the DEA. And I'm just sitting there as like, Maddie is so smart.
You're
And in
gonna
this
get her
moment,
fucking
you're
killed.
gonna get her killed no matter if she makes it out of this predicament that she's in. That is she's already on thin ice. So it's like, oh my gosh. So that was stressful from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what could make this season salvageable where I can be like, oh, all of this is worth something.
The oh, it was all Lexi writing this story thing is
Yeah.
very, people were theorizing that with the end of Stranger Things, saying that it was going to be just a big D&D campaign, and I feel like if they have to take it there, that's going to be a really big cop out.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
But
I
I don't
feel like
understand how
they're
they
there.
salvage this literal fucking hole they've dug.
Right. And like that's the other thing about Lexi's story too is that she's so prominent in this and at first you think it's because Cassie's tie into this. Her,
Right. And
you
they're
know,
all living
it
there, and
constantly like infiltrating her life like that is and like overshadowing her in every way. But then I feel like there's something deeper here because why is Lexi such a plot point this far into the season? That's like we
right.
keep revisiting
Because the
her.
only reason she was at all a plot point in the last couple seasons was because her and Cassie lived together. Like, it was
Right.
really the
And
only time we saw her until her little Fez moment. R.I.P.
right, and
King.
that's I was gonna say her Fez relationship was like the only other thing, but that's
Mm-hmm.
completely a wash. Like
R.I.P.
I don't R.I.P. Fez. R.I.P. Angus Cloud. Um yeah. Oh, that whole ending scene too, last part about that. Faye's frontal cortex developing in that fucking moment was I was like, why? Why that choice? Like I'm just so the choices
And
that are
why?
made in the
Why
writing.
are you choosing that? Like, yes, you feel like everyone's lied to you and all this shit, but you're gonna take the side of the Nazis?
Right, because your Nazi boyfriend looked at you and said, I'm going to have you kill Rue for your puppy Nazi initiation. Crazy.
Oh my god. I,
Bad writing. Bad writing. And like her flipping on a dime to her being the catalyst saying, hey, we need to get this money and we need to get off of this ranch.
and
And
her
then
saying
her
there's no
flipping that
money in there, and Rue being like, you're the one that said there was money in there, and she goes, but there's no money in there, and that was the most infuriating conversation.
and it
You
was the
said the
moment
money was
before
there, bitch.
Right. And then the moment before too, I'm already up to here in that moment because she pulls out all of these licenses of all of these girls. We find out Alamo's in the business of sex trafficking. This
Mm-hmm.
is something we already knew, but like this is
Right.
like the evidence. And so obviously he wants it back. And you see Angel in there, and it's like this whole like, oh, this is the story is coming together. Like, what is Rue gonna really do? But and the other thing is, I mean, it's not a spoiler. You get to see it in the beginning with the trailer, like Rue's running away with the bag of licenses. So, like, I can imagine she escapes in some capacity, but like, I do not know where they take this. To be quite frank, I don't care where they take this. The only good thing they've done this season, the only good thing they've done is killing Nate Jacobs' ass, and especially in a that
Worst. But they didn't even kill like the evil version of Nate Jacobs we hate. That's the
no.
crazy part. They changed his character completely and then killed him.
They put him on an island. They literally put him on an island because he's probably one of the people that no one wants to work with. And there he is. I, but the thing is, I'm okay with it because he was
It's
the
so
worst
strange
character.
because Jacob is getting so much work right now. So for him to specifically be toxic on that set, but then to like do Wuthering Heights with Margot Robbie and them to have this incredible chemistry and them to be all over each other on a press tour, it's like, what the fuck is happening on this set?
But like these are, you have to think of it in the frame of mind that this is their job. This is their livelihood. So like whatever image that they have to put out there is their image. Sydney Sweeney, I think, is just stupid. I think she's very stupid. And like she's getting work because she is very popular and very hot, but she's
Yabos.
not doing, and she's got tits, great tits. And like, I'm not sitting here saying like beyond that, she's a terrible actress. Like she's not a great actress. And I saw something, it was like, Sydney Sweeney is Cassie so hard. That's why it's so painful to watch this. She
Yeah.
embodies that character in her soul. That's what we were saying about the podcast when she was on all of those podcasts, like spewing red pill rhetoric. Like that is her at her
Yes.
core. And that's why it's so hard to
Yes.
watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Ding, ding, ding.
Maddie being a girl's girl is, and especially with Cassie, is to her detriment. Like she is
Yeah.
now in the hole with Alamo. She is indebted to this man who's sick and twisted, who
Mm-hmm.
she knew was sick and twisted. She was playing a little cute game, thinking she was up, thinking she was hitting the money moves, and she's smart. Like she is a smart character. She's been, other than being a teenage
Right.
girl and making dumb decisions, like she's been a smart character. She's been like moving with Cassie in a way that I thought she was just going to do something substantial, but now I'm like, they've completely diluted this character too to this
Well,
like,
everything crashed down around her, and I'm sure she's thinking, what the fuck am I going to do? And Cassie is a cash cow. So I
she
understand why she made the choice she did. But like even that whole sequence with like Cassie taking that actor's phone and doing that, we don't get a follow-up on that. That was
nothing,
crazy.
nothing.
Also, Nate owed him, was it $1 million?
It was like, because she was gonna send him like $30,000 at one point.
Right.
That was like two
Right.
episodes ago, and like and then this episode he's like, she hasn't sent me anything at all, and I'm just very confused at how much she actually owes this guy.
Right. Because if it's $1 million and she cashed in on 100,000 plus OnlyFans subscribers and she was charging $10, she would have $1 million.
But
I
she
don't
wasn't.
understand why she didn't have this money.
But I don't think she was in the business of helping Nate, though. Like, helping Nate was just like, remember, she was so wishy washy about it.
But by the time there was a gun to her head, she had that money.
Oh, you're saying like in the moment
To
of this
save her
episode.
own ass. In this episode specifically, I am under the believance, I understand that's not a word, that she could have come up with the money to pay this fucker off. That's what's so crazy to me. Why didn't she just say, I'll give you the money? I have it.
So she went to Maddie first. Do you think because she's got this contract with Maddie now that she maybe doesn't. She's making so much money. That's the thing. She's like you're saying, she's making all of this
Right. She had
money.
like 108,000 OnlyFans subscribers overnight.
I don't know. I
Like,
don't know
pop your
why.
pussy a little, upload some special content, make some cash, girl. Like, that's what she's
She just
doing. And
called Matt.
I loved it for Margo, so I guess I have to say I love it for Cassie. Like, you could come
Mhm.
up with the money. That's like, that ate me alive the whole episode, because I was like, hold on, why can she not just look at these people and say, give me my phone, I can transfer you money?
So that's what I was saying. Like, is it because she was being held hostage? Like, I don't
I
know
don't
what
know.
I don't actually remember. Like that part moved so fast. Like it was just like boom, she's
He
now held
said you have
hostage.
X amount of time to figure it out,
Okay.
and then she called Maddie for help. But I think it's bad writing. I don't think it's a character flaw. I don't think it has anything to do with her contract. I think it's
It's the
straight up
structure.
bad writing that they showed her make $1 million overnight and then not have money to come up with. I was like, huh?
Yeah, that's too much. Yeah, I'm ready to be freed. I obviously will watch the finale because I
Yeah, we're
need
this
to
far
know,
in.
but I'm not happy about it. I'm not thrilled.
No. Outside of Euphoria, what are you watching?
So I did watch the boys finale. I know I was like a week late. But my note here is Homelander and Nate Jacobs dead in the same week. Hallelujah, baby. Like, so I mean, spoilers. I mean, if you're a boys, it's the finale. You've already watched it. It's 2 weeks old. Yes,
It'll
Homelander
be
does.
3 by the time this rolls around.
Period. Sorry. This is the threshold, but then we get mad at people on threads who
They spoil
spoil
shit the next
everything.
day. That's different.
That's true. You know what? You're right. Yeah, the boys finale, it was just as gruesome as the rest of the season. It's just so funny because they have just like fucked up this whole time. They're trying to find a way to kill Homelander and like everything is not working. And they just find a solution on a fluke through Kamiko. We lost one of the boys characters the last episode, Frenchie, who was Kamiko's partner, and they had like a crazy love story. It was really like touching. They both like didn't have family and they were each other's family, so it was just like heartbreaking because the opening of the episode was like his funeral, and
Mm-hmm.
like Kamiko is just stewing. But basically her power is that she can kind of regenerate. She has crazy regeneration, so she can just like get shot and be fine. So what they've been doing is basically they learned that radiation damages Homelander's powers because they witnessed it when his
That's what took
daddy.
down the Iridians.
Guys, radiation's nothing to fuck with. They were testing on her, basically exposing her to radiation for a certain amount of time to see like how long it would take, and it basically created new powers within her because they don't understand what makes soups really. Um, so and that basically the last effort ended up with them figuring out that they could do this, and they like nuked him, and Frenchie was in there when they nuked him. So a normal human getting like a million
Right.
rotogens or whatever of radiation. I don't actually know what they were giving him, but so yeah, he gets killed. He has like this whole. I'm like giving you a little bit of synopsis so you know what I'm talking about, but he has this whole thing planned. He's taken over the Oval Office. He killed the president. He's sitting there giving promise. He's sitting in there giving his like declaration to the people. They have Resurrection Day coming up, so he's basically he's their new Jesus. He's new Jesus, and he's sitting there and he's just like so rotted
This
at this
plays
point.
about us.
Legit, it's so bad. I mean, it's obviously such an influence, and it has been since the beginning of this show. So that's why it's hard to watch for me. But they bust in, they kick his ass, and with the power of grief and love, Kamiko like bless the shit out of him, and he doesn't like die. He doesn't die in this moment. He's so fucked up because everyone's beating the shit out of him. And when she blasts him, she basically takes away his power. So before they kill him, he
That's way
is
better than dying.
humiliated. Oh, humiliated on his knees. begging, I'll do whatever
Oh
you
yeah.
want, cry, like, just like, and this
Cuz
is
he's
all
just
being
a
live
guy
streamed.
now.
He's just a guy. He's just a fucking bitch. Because that's what he always was. And he gets a crowbar through the head. Boom. He's dead. So like it ends and everyone has their like what happens in the future. But Butcher, so one of the main guys, he has a whole he's fucked up. So he hates soups. That's his whole thing.
Uh-huh.
And he was introduced to one of the main characters because he's trying to kill soups. And he hates them so deeply. Like his whole thing was like, I just need to kill Homelander because he's the one who wronged me. He killed his wife. All of these things. He did much more to his wife, but anyways, and he ends up killing Butcher, and it's like very symbolic because he wanted to release this virus that would kill all soups, basically, that they developed in this that didn't work on Homelander. And he's like, you don't have to do this. Like, this is a choice for you to like live in your hatred.
Right.
We did what we came here to do. Things will get better. Like, you have to move on from this. And like, he couldn't. He's like, all right, you can. There's nothing you're gonna do that's gonna stop me. So he ends up killing him. So there's a lot of like symbolism in this episode. People who are like deep in it. It's based off of comics, so I don't know if everyone knows, but like it was based off comics. It was pretty accurate to the comics, from what I understand. The whole ending, which is great. I think any type of like written graphic adaptations be honoring the story that was already written, hell yeah. This is no shade to Margo. But it
Sorry,
was just
Margo.
as it's just as gruesome and upsetting as I thought it would be, but it did feel good to see Homelander die. So I'm happy to be done with it though, because like I don't have a lot of shows like that that are super action packed and like gory. So I'm like, okay, I can offload some of this.
Mhm.
um yeah. And I'm still watching The New Girl. We are into season 3, which is also like a gem of a time in this story, but it's laced with like fucked up relationships now. So we're getting to like shitty parts where like not everyone's bright side is coming out, but this again, it's still a comfort show. Every time I put it on, I'm like, yes, I want to kick my feet up and like get cozy. So loving that. I finished Margo,
Margo.
which you finished last week. Um,
Mhm.
Obviously, everyone knows we've strayed so far from the book.
So far.
So far to the point where I was like, what is going to happen next? Because there's so many scenes that have been added and
Yeah.
manipulated. And I'm watching a new piece of media that's not based off the books.
Correct. And it's a piece of media I like. It's just not my familiar tale.
Exactly. And that's how I feel. I mean, like, that's the grand sentiment of it. Like, that whole court scene was heartbreaking, and like
And it
that
was
judge's
touching and it
energy.
was
Yeah.
found family and I liked it, but I was like, this isn't how this goes. They don't
Right.
go to court.
This is not how it goes. Mark being like, they really made Mark the worst, which I appreciated. Like,
Fuck you, Mark.
the whole time I was like, fuck you, Mark. They really leaned into that, which I'm glad, but I just like, where is this gonna go?
Right. Because is season 2 actually just going to be her doing OnlyFans with Bodhi?
Because we missed all
What
of
happens
that.
here? Where's
Like,
JB? What's going on? Jelly
wait,
Bean, where you at?
JB at the end of the season, did you see who was messaging her and sending her money? It was JB.
Oh, I did not see that.
I was like,
I
I
did
don't know
not
if she
catch
saw
that.
that. Drew
I
caught it
did not.
actually. Drew's like, JB, but the picture, it wasn't like a picture of a cat or anything. It was just JB. So kind of hard to.
Show
So
me your
we'll get.
dog.
Yeah, it was a pug. Sorry, excuse me. It was a
Pug.
pug. I guess like the episode itself, like I have no like real critiques because it wasn't what I was anticipating watching, but I liked it for the most part. Jinx's character's shift too is only working for me because it's Nick Offerman, I think. I don't know if you feel that way.
Right.
Because
I want Nick Offerman to be there. And I love him being there.
And
Yes.
I'm okay with all the changes to Jinx's personality and demeanor. Like when he has this like outburst in the courtroom, I'm like, he at this point in the story is so mortified with himself and apologetic that like he
Yeah.
won't do anything else to mess this up for Margo, and like hence
Hmm.
him leaving and everything. So like he's like actively like jeopardizing in the courtroom, like that didn't feel right. So there's like little
Right.
things that I'm like, but Cheyenne holding Bodhi and everyone like tearing up and freaking out, I was like, I'm so tired of Cheyenne being part of the story like this. I think that's like my
Right.
biggest gripe.
Especially because we get the Kenny reveal at the end, and it's
Nothing.
like
So we get the
does
Kenny
does
reveal.
season 2, does Cheyenne leave Kenny and her and Jinx end up together? Like that's gonna piss me off.
Oh, that will make me
But like,
actually mad.
where do we go? Is season 2
But like,
actually just about Margo doing OnlyFans and meeting JB? Because that's
mhm.
all that's left of the story. I don't want to watch her co-parent with Mark. You
Yeah,
know?
no.
Like, where does this go?
Where does it go? So yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm just like, I'm not thrilled.
Yeah. I have to stop guessing because they're taking it
Yeah.
to an okay place. It's just not the place I want it to go.
Yeah, because it was so genuine to the story in the beginning. Like I was
It
so hyped.
it's like when you ask for a Coke and they go, "Is Pepsi okay?" And like Pepsi is okay, but it's not what you wanted. That's what this show is
Perfect.
turning into.
Perfect analogy, yeah. So yeah, I'm glad I watched it though. I'm not mad about it.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you obsessed with?
I'm obsessed with a couple things. Book club turned 2 this weekend, so we had someone come in and do a bookbinding class for us. And I have like a fully realized book that
Cool.
I did.
I
It's Late
love.
Bloomer by Mazey Eddings. I'm gonna put a holographic pink floral vinyl on the front of this,
Ooh.
along with like the name. He had a pretty limited selection of colors. I guess he taught a class the night before, and he was like, they grabbed every single pink. And I was like, you pulled up to the wrong place for them to have grabbed every single pink. The process was easier yet harder than I thought it would be.
Mm.
The teacher did a good job, but a lot of his instruction was verbal, and I'm a very visual listener. So I did feel like I was being chased the entire time, and I was very anxious.
That's
But
valid.
he gives you a set, so I have a whole set of stuff to do another book, and I have all the tools, so I can
Ooh.
carry on with this craft however I see fit.
Nice.
So now
It
I'm
looked
like
like a lot
locked
of
in.
fun.
This is like legit.
Yeah.
This is like crazy. It's like a real book.
Yeah, they look fab. I mean, I've seen everyone's one of the members like finished hers and she did beads on it for like heated rivalry, and I thought that
Yeah.
was so cute.
So
Yeah,
cute.
they look good. They
Yes.
looked like it was a lot of fun.
It was good. The meeting was good. The class, I was told it was going to take 4 to 5 hours, and do you want to guess how long it took?
Oh, 2 hours.
2 hours. So, I had planned the meeting, class at noon, meeting at 5, figuring, oh, if we all end at 4 hours in, we can clean up and then everyone can be trickling in as we're finishing setting up.
Right.
No. Like, we were fully ready for the meeting at 2:15. The pizzas were pre-ordered. They weren't going to be there till 4:45. Like, there was nothing I could do to move this event up. So we did all just sit around and watch Heated Rivalry, and it was the best. It was like peak girlhood. It
Oh,
was
I wish I could have
so
been in the
good.
room.
And it was a couple members like first time ever watching it, and they were like asking really great questions and watching people watch it for the first time. Heated Rivalry is also on my obsessed list because it just sat so right. Like, specifically sitting there and watching Heated Rivalry with Sam and Emily was healing. It
Yeah.
was like,
I was gonna say, yeah.
yeah,
There's some
it felt
diehards.
so good. I mean, Kate watched 2 episodes. I was like, now read
Just
the
gotta
long game.
get in there.
But yes, and it was, Heather had never seen it, and Heather was like all in. So we
Oh
got
yeah.
to like really sit there, and HBO has lightened the show from what it was and how it was originally displayed. Apparently they uploaded it way too dark, so it's brighter now, so you can actually see details and things.
I felt evil
Crazy.
for a
Also,
second.
we're in that glass room watching them clap cheeks.
I was gonna say, like, is it full porn on the big TV that faces
Just like
the
at the
whole
club,
apartment
baby.
complex?
Yeah.
Period. Love it. Who's gonna stop you?
Who's gonna stop me? No one. Sam's like, I'll log in. I was like, let's go. And it was
Perfect.
so cozy. Like, we were all kind, you know, when you do like a craft that's new and it kind of like wipes you. There were two or three people left after bookbinding that were going to come to the meeting because they were just done, which is fine. It was so cozy to sit there and watch something familiar and like talk about it that we were all like, it felt like I took a nap. I was like, now it's time for book club. The last thing I'm obsessed with is something we are both obsessed with. If you want to ready your marks.
Yes.
Our omnibus of losers
It's here.
have arrived.
Oh my God. Are you kidding? I need you to
the pages are black.
The pages are black.
The text is the smallest text. I would say it's probably 10, if not 8.
That's gotta be smaller than 10. Yeah.
Tiny.
I would say 8.
Teeny, tiny.
And it's still thick.
Oh my God.
Heavy. It's so
absolutely.
Beautiful.
The text, all the raised text is holographic for me.
I'm barking.
Don't show me them boys.
Okay, the
it's
art in this
gorgeous.
is excellent. Like, the art is what gagged us, because we've seen a lot of loser art. So have you gotten
into the chapters to see that, like, each chapter page also has art?
Yes, I have,
like,
ma'am.
This thing is absolutely really gorgeous. Nice. I'll never do business with this company again. Thank you so much for the book that I paid for it. Thank you for actually getting it to me after I paid for it.
Yeah, I had to write a strongly worded
on top
email.
of all those things.
It's don't show me. It's so nice. It's not going. You're like you said. It's not going to go anywhere but like on a shelf.
No. I showed Gabe how small the text was, and he was like, "Oh my God!" I was like, "I was never going to read this book." Okay, so Losers Part 1 is 592 pages long.
Yeah,
and I do believe that Part 2 is similar. And the Dare has a bunch of pages, and they have condensed these 3 books into like a 750 page omnibus.
It's pretty impressive.
The text is so small.
Yeah, it was never going to be read though. This is for the art.
I was never just going to crack open this massive book. It was packaged really well.
Yeah, I gotta say, it was packaged to perfection, which I really appreciated. It was shrink wrapped, so there was no one's dirty little paws on it.
You know what?
I hate that there are things down here, though. To be honest, it's not your book.
They wouldn't make me replace my wheel bearing for a 4th time in a year. That's what I have to say about them boys. Thanks. What else are you obsessed with? My
dream. I am obsessed with completing the magic puzzle that Drew and I started sometime last year.
Pre-Thanksgiving.
Who's so October probably. Johnna is, because she wants her little pause on it.
Did you do the magic? Yeah.
Of course we did. Okay. These puzzles are amazing. I'm not going to show you the magic. Of
course we did. Like, it didn't take you 7 months to do it.
I told you I was locking in. I was getting it done. Yeah, we hit our stride the night before. We stayed up till like we really like live in a space that like that's a lie. Nighttime is where we both thrive. So we got a chunk of it done. We're like, let's finish this tomorrow. So the puzzle makes you. The gag about these puzzles is that the puzzle pieces are fucked. They're like nuts. They're in different shapes. They're not like standard puzzle pieces. And then they have multiple edges, because what you do with the puzzle is then move it around to create a spot for a new image, and it tells a new story that's part of this map. So ours busted open in the middle, and we
So
did
they
the puzzle.
all move the same and all the edges are the same from what I can see.
Hey, that's great to know because we have a puzzle structure where we do all the edges first. It was very confusing.
This is
that
not
we
a do all the edges first kind of puzzle.
No. And it's funny because we picked up the lore of this is that we picked up this puzzle because I looked at Drew and I said, we should be doing something with our hands. Like we need to be like massaging our brains in the right way. And that puzzle was an effort to do that. And it was so hard. Like if you're a puzzler, you could say this because you're a puzzler, but like I'd imagine if you're a puzzler, this is probably so much fun because it's something different, not for regular people. But I had a lot of fun, especially towards the end.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm obsessed with that.
That's all we
Nice.
got. Thanks for coming. No, I'm kidding.
It's time to get gay.
Yes. So now that we've covered our bases, we are going to give you our Pride Month TBR and take some time to highlight some books that highlight queer stories and queer authors. The first book that I have on my Pride TBR is You Should Have Been Nicer to My Mom by Vincent Tirado. This is a modern gothic horror novel about a family who gets brought together after their grandfather dies for a reading of the will. And in the will, it's revealed that one of them is a demon and must be found and killed.
Period.
Right? I was like, okay. I keep hearing about this book. I cannot escape it. The cover's really cool. So I wanted to get in. It kind of makes me think of Just Like Home that we read. Like, I'm wondering if it is actually paranormal or if it isn't, but I can't wait to get in and find out.
Period. All right. For my first book here that I have listed, I have The Shots You Take by Rachel Reed.
This was my request on Aaliyah's
This was Johnna's request, which is fine.
Please finally read that.
I will. So yes, two former NHL teammates who were secret lovers reunite after like a 12-year estrangement, and they have to confront their past, navigate their grief, things like that. It's Rachel Reed. It's sports, which is not my tea, but I will read it for Rachel Reed at this point. It's hockey still. And yeah, I love like digging up the past energy because you get pieces and parts from different points of view. So I'm very excited to read this. And Johnna said it was good. So I have a lot of confidence in that. So yeah.
I chimed in about this at book club again this month, and someone's like, that book is so good. And then I don't know if I sent it to you or not, but I saw a reel today of someone like doing an Abby Lee Miller pyramid, and at the top of their pyramid was The Shots You Take in the Long Game. And I was like, if this doesn't convince you, I don't know what will.
All right. I'm in it. All right. What do you got next?
The next book I have is Hold Me Like a Grudge by Celine Ong. This book is an arc that we both got and we're very excited about because we've been chirping about wrestling romance for all 20 episodes of this podcast and an arc found us.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to read this as a wrestling girly, as a romance girly, as a gay romance girly. This is gonna eat. So part of the synopsis is when Asher gets drafted to Global Elite Wrestling, main roster, playing the role of Caleb's worst enemy, the face to his heel, it should be easy. But as the two men trade barbs and blows across arenas, they're surprised to find their chemistry is sizzling. The cover of this has them in a dog collar match, literally chained together with two leather collars on. Petty, don't start.
I am very excited. I also have this on my list, so I'm going to piggyback off of that. And we talked about the Golden Lovers and the importance of seeing wrestling romance happen very quickly and soon, and if not, we were going to write it, so I'm glad someone else did because they probably are doing a better job of it than I would. Thank you, Celine. Celine. But yes, I feel very similarly. I hope it gives like the drama, but also I just need some good smut. So I'm hoping. Here's to
Yeah.
hoping.
Yeah, and I think that this is going to have almost heated rivalry notes to it, because one of the pieces of it is like grappling with what they truly want in an industry with a history of denying queerness. Their forbidden
Hmm.
romance comes crashing down on them, which is very hockey. It's very so
Kissing in the locker room.
happy pride to them. I cannot wait.
Happy Pride to me.
I have two physical books to be reading right now, and I'm kind of
Whew.
out of my depth with that, but
Stressed, right?
mama's got to lock in.
I feel that.
What do you have next?
Next, I have another Johnna request. Um,
Don't
and
dox me.
this, oh, sorry. Don't dox me. What? I'm just talking to my friends. Oh my God. Okay. I am picking up Lucky Day by Chuck Tingle. It came into my Libby and I was like, perfect timing. I've had a hold on it for
Yes.
months. So yeah, the low probability event, the global disaster situation. There is a bisexual professor who gets recruited by a government agency to investigate a little suspicious lucky casino that kind of is the thing that's unraveling reality here. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
very excited to read this. It's a tingle. It's a tingle, it's a tongle. So I know I'm going to enjoy like the writing of the book. And obviously the premise eats. Like you've said it,
Yeah.
I've heard it over and over again. It sounds like a me book. I just haven't gotten my paws on it until now. So I'm
I
very excited
hope
to read this.
I hope it hits for I don't think I can take the hit if it doesn't land on you like it
I'll
did
just lie
me.
to you.
Don't don't lie to me. Be honest. But yes, I hope you love it. I hope you fall in love with all these incredible visuals. I mean, it's Chuck. You
I
kind
know.
of know what you're getting into, so we
Yeah.
know we're going to land.
100%. So I'm really excited to lock into something like that for the month. I think all of my picks I was trying to get really diverse.
Mhm.
Because I think for like the trans rights readathon, for example, like another structured like TBR that I was doing, I leaned into like romance because that was what I was feeling, and it some of it hit and some of it really didn't hit. So I think I'm just like leaning into diversity in the theme of pride, but also to give myself the best chance of finding some really stellar reads. And they were
Mhm.
recommended by you too. So yeah, what do
Woo.
you got next?
I'm an influencer.
She's influencing.
Next, I have some nonfiction action. I was trying to diversify as well. This book came across my feed, and the cover of this eats in a way. Everyone go
Mm-hmm.
look it up so you can see it. So
So
it's called No Fats,
good.
No Fems, A Guide to Queer Empathy and Unpacking Prejudice. And I was like,
Mm.
oh, that's interesting. So it's billed as an essential modern guide for understanding what divides us and the path to build a better community, which yes, if we need anything right now, we need to be brought together, and people that are raging against everything that's happening need to be unified. And I think that's something that's really important. So they talk a lot on how to bring queer spaces together and implicit bias in the queer spaces that do exist, and
Mm-hmm.
people finding a place in this community because we are ultimately all stronger together. So I am very excited to dive in here. So I'm happy this found its way onto my feed because I feel like that's good. I had a different nonfiction pick and I
Mm-hmm.
subbed it for this one. I might still read both, but this one was more in the direction of what I wanted it to be.
Hell yeah.
What's next for
Nice.
you?
Next I have Disappoint Me by Nicola Dinan. This came out a couple of years ago. It is about Max, a trans woman, and her boyfriend Vincent, who is a man who has got apparently many secrets. And it's like a dual timeline where it follows their relationship, but also follows like gaps in time of their relationship. And I have just seen really wonderful things about this. And the cover is one of those ones that eats. So it has like classical art on it, and it's got neon letters, which will get me every time. I don't care. This is who I am as a person. So
Yeah.
there was another book by Mikaella that I was looking at, but I chose Disappoint Me because it kind of felt like in the realm of what I was looking for to fill maybe one of my genre gaps. So I'm excited to get into that. It's like a little bit of like, it's a little loose. So I love anything that follows kind of fiction, but like adjacent to real life experiences. So I know I'll eat this up. So yeah, I
Yeah.
don't have like a ton I didn't, it was one of those, like I was going with another book, but then I realized I wanted something different really quickly. So I made that switch last minute last night, and I'm not mad about it. And I also could get it faster too. So yeah,
We got to make
I'm
sure we
excited
can
about it.
get them.
Yeah, that's a huge piece of this too. Like when you're building a TBR, like you can dream big, but there are only so many like Spotify hours. There are only so many
Right. I also found out
weeks.
that I had used all my Spotify hours and they don't reset for 22 days. I might be getting a top up. I don't know. I'm going to
Just
price
this month.
a top up versus like buying a book on Audible.
I was gonna
Because
say
like
just
things go on
compare it.
sale and
Yeah.
yeah,
If you got a
for
loose
sure.
credit hanging around. Nice. What do you got next?
So I'm actively reading this book. It's Feast While You Can. This is by Mikaella Clements and Onjuli Datta. I also found out while trying to figure out how to pronounce these people's names that they are partners and just had a baby. So congratulations to them. I love that they're co-authors. That's really sweet.
Yeah. Can you
I
imagine?
love love. Happy Pride.
Can you
And this is the
Happy
second book
Pride.
they've written together by the looks of it. They have like a mutual
Period.
Instagram account. So I'm obsessed. This is billed as about queer love in a small town that serves as an unsettling reminder that the horrors of modern life is a monster ready to possess us all.
Oh,
So, where I'm at in this book so far, as there is a woman, Angelina, and she is just living her life, and her brother's ex-girlfriend, Jagvi, comes ripping back into town, and this girl was her Bernard the Elf, you if you will, like her queer awakening. And they have this like really quippy back and forth because Jagvi is so self-assured and so she knows what she did effectively, but Angelina's like, I can't date this person. I can't be with this person. They were with my brother and like broke my brother's heart. So I can't do this to my brother. So there's that
the
dynamic.
layers.
And also a real demon. So let's go.
Hell yeah. You gotta
Real
let me know how
ancient
that is.
evil, baby. So yeah, I am going to plow through this real quick, I feel. And I can't wait to talk about it later.
Party.
What you got next?
My final book here is The Disaster Gay Detective Agency by Lev A.C. Rosen. I was a huge fan of the Evander Mills mystery series that I read last year with Drew, and this was an arc available, and I was like, please. I literally have Lev A.C. Rosen listed in my NetGaily bio. I was like, favorite authors, they write killer mystery, kind of like Knives Out vibes. And I was like, if they don't give me this book, I will literally cry because I want to read this so bad. I've been seeing it all over my feed, and it came in like 2 days ago. I saw it, when it pops up into your app before I like went, because NetGaily, it feels literally so rudimentary. I wish it feels like Goodreads in some way where they're
tough in there.
Yeah. So I wish they would like figure out how to seamlessly make some of this better for an app. But nonetheless, I was super stoked to see that was on my shelf. It's leans comedy. It's very character driven, 20 somethings coming of age, mystery, whodunit kind of vibes from what I can understand. They're amateur sleuths. It's funny. They're their characters are queer, so there's like the element of familiarity in there, and I really like the pacing that Lev AC Rosen gives me in a book, so I'm very excited to read this. I, like you were saying, you have multiple physical books to read. This is like my
Mm-hmm.
fourth one, so I got to be
You're
locked
killing
in a
it.
real way this month. I'm very excited to read this, a little thriller mystery comedy moment to round everything out.
Love that. That feels out of the wheelhouse of what you've read from them because those other books weren't comedies,
No, they didn't
right?
lean comedy. They were very found family, like I said, like that Knives Out, like funny in a fucked up way kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. But it was heavily, barely, very heavily anchored in mystery, just straight up mystery, not really
Yeah.
thrillery mystery. So
Mm-hmm.
a little bit different. So I'm excited to see like this is different writing. We have different characters too. So consider me giggled and gagged about it. Thank you for giving me this book and this arc. You can go apply for it. I don't know when it comes out though. Let me give the people the information. When are you
Get the
published?
info.
It already has great reviews too. Oh, June 2nd.
Ooh.
It'll be here before you even
It's like
blink.
tomorrow.
So,
It will be
yeah,
out before this episode comes out.
period. Get in it. It's published.
Get in.
Yes. So, thank you, Lev, and thank you. Who is the publisher? I don't know.
It was me. Okay.
It was me. Thank you for giving me that arc. All right. What do you have left?
I have two things left. First, I am finally going to read Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. This is very specifically on my list because of friend of the pod, Keith. This is his favorite book. He owns like 5 copies of it. I think 3 of them are signed. And he was just in Europe living his dream and going to all the sites where the movie was filmed. And anything that is yeah, anything that is so beloved, let's just fucking go, honestly. I don't know how I have not possibly read this yet, knowing how much I
Me
love the
either.
pairing. I I don't know. It has eluded me, and this month we have a hot date. So I am going to read this, and I am very, very excited. And then the last thing on my list is now that this massive physical diva is in my hand, I'm still not going to read it, but I would like to reread Losers because I would really love some beautiful found family vibes to happen for me this month. So
Love.
that
Great choice.
my dream.
Great picks. Very excited. I have to say, these are pretty diverse for you. So I'm excited to hear what you got back when you're done.
They feel pretty diverse, but they're all very in my wheelhouse.
Yes. Yeah.
Like
I feel like
nothing's
they're
that
different from each other, I think.
Yes.
And that's where I'm like, I also don't ever see you hitting a TBR. So I'm like,
You know, I'm just wild out here.
I know. I'm always like, what
I
you read now?
figured if I had an idea for a Pride TBR, I had to actually do it.
Execute. No, you did a wonderful job. Yeah, I feel like TBRs are also like, again, free me from this prison that I created. If you don't like something on your TBR, you're like, well, I was really intentional about putting this on there, and I don't want to DNF. But again, the power of DNFing. Sometimes things aren't for us, but I feel like this is a great bunch. I'm gonna say,
Yeah. And I'm excited to hear about yours because I'm sure there's going to be. I love that there's overlap. Like we have a couple things in common, but I can't wait to grab some of yours for my own list. And because I mean, I'm not just going to read 5 books this month, so.
Hey, we got physical books to read. I'm grateful that I don't have a lot of things to do this month, like on the calendar, but to tell myself, Drew's so good about just like whipping out his phone and sitting on and reading, but now he has a Kindle.
I'm not reading on my phone.
Right. So he was reading on his phone. He read all of Dungeon Crawler Carl on his phone. I'm like, what?
Even the iPad situation, I was like,
no. He got a Kindle for his birthday. I was like, you can't do this.
Yay.
Yeah.
Good.
I was like, I can't watch you do this anymore.
Get on the Kindle.
Let's do our pod.
The last thing we have is our Pride TBR for the pod, because we will be reading a queer book for the podcast, for Lit and Loud, for the month of June. And it is You Won't Forget Me by Mazey Eddings. And now I know, you know, we can't stop talking about her, and we won't.
We won't. She's gonna get inducted into the Hall of Fame of like our fan club.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna get inducted to our fan club.
Yes.
Yeah, I love Mazey's writing. I jumped into this already because I have to take notes, and wow, what a different experience for you and I, just so you know. Physically reading something and taking notes, bitch.
Crazy.
Interesting.
We have an arc of this right now too.
Oh yeah, so this is an arc for us in this space and time. It will be published by the time we start talking about it. So
Correct.
There will be like a little bit of lapse, but find us when you get through it.
That's why we're reading it physically.
Right. We can't listen to it. But I've heard, so she posted earlier or late last week or yesterday or something.
Yeah.
About
music.
So there's music in the audiobook.
Composed music for this audiobook, and she posted herself listening to them, and she was so geeked out. And I cannot. She's like, I'm gonna cry, and I was like, I'm gonna cry. This is incredible.
Yeah, I mean,
oh my God,
this
so good.
This book is so good. Lots of yearning. We have friends to lovers, forced proximity. So already 3 elements I love. We have road trip. We have music elements. The band, like, I jumped into this and the dialogue already is hitting. I feel like Mazey is really good at dialogue and making it feel like you're a fly on the wall, which I want to be in these stories, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, it's fucking gay. And I have so much love. This cover, I need to get a physical copy of this book and have her sign it when we see her, because
gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. Another hitter. I'm so obsessed with the artists that she chooses for her books because they are great.
It hurt me to pull the cover off Late Bloomer to make this. I was like in pain, but I'm hoping that if I nail the vinyl on that, I can get her to sign that. I think that'd be really fun.
Yeah, I think
Kate went, make sure she didn't draw that cover.
I don't think she did.
I don't think she did either, but
that's like a common practice though. Like bookbinding is like a fun book craft people are doing.
Right.
If I wrote a book and someone was like, I loved it so much that I needed to like make it a special copy for myself, can you sign it? I'd be like, yeah, with my whole pussy.
I'll lick it. Right. Want me to spit on it?
Literally. Yeah. We're obviously going to talk a lot about this book, so we're not going to get into like
we don't really need to dive in, but if you want to come on this journey with us, please do, because we're really excited to get in here.
Yes. What a cute little episode. What a cutesy little episode.
Full of shorty.
Hope. I cannot wait to see like the breakdown as we talk about everything we're reading each week while we record. We're going to be back in our groove, like our original Lit and Loud groove of episodes. We set aside 3 episodes for this, right? Or did we do 4?
3.
So
it's not that long, is it?
No, it's not that long. It's a couple hundred pages.
We've only ever done 3, so I just set aside 3.
Yeah. The one time we tried to do 2, we were a little too big for our britches. And that was a short book. So Best Offer Wins was learned. But it had a lot going on in there. So yeah. This will be a lot of fun.
Happy Pride, y'all. And
Happy
we will
Pride,
see you
everyone.
at the Pride March. And we will see you at the library.
Bye.
Bye.